Years ago, I sat in the doctor's office hearing these words: "You have fibroids, 4 of them, one the size of a grapefruit. We should operate." I froze. I wasn't just hearing it, I was transported back to my childhood, watching my mom silently suffer with uterine fibroids, bleeding through her clothes, never saying a word. If you've ever felt dismissed by a doctor, ignored by your own body, or just overwhelmed by conflicting advice, I want you to know, sis, you are not alone. Today, I'm sharing my story from confusion and fear to clarity and healing. Before we go any further, sis, I want you to drop in the comments below. Have you ever been told to watch and wait with fibroids, or are you still trying to understand what's happening in your body? Because I read every comment. Your story matters. This is a safe space to share, so comment below. Greetings, I'm Phyllis, fibroid and hormone health expert, holistic nurse, coach, and creator of the Unique Holistic Program. My team and I help create unique holistic lifestyle transformations to help you get rid of fibroids and other womb issues naturally and fix your hormones without relying on short-term fixes like surgeries and drugs, so you can live your best life, fertile and free. I grew up in a Ghanaian household near Chicago where hustle meant love. Rest wasn't really a thing. If you weren't working, you weren't doing enough. I was the oldest daughter, changing diapers, managing the house before I even understood my own body. I remember watching my mom come home from work, and sometimes her sweater would be stained from bleeding. She walked straight into the bathroom. I remember always asking her when I was little, like, why do we always run out of toilet paper? Not knowing that my mom was constantly using that as a way to just carry through the heavy flow. There was no explanation, just silence. And that was the first time I saw fibroids, not through a diagnosis, but through my mother's quiet pain. Years later, I became a nurse, worked harder, drank the caffeine. I was a coffee addict. Red Bull, any stimulant, I had it. Back then, sleep was like not a priority. I wanted to just be awake and ready all the time, like literally robotic behavior. I wanted to challenge myself because I was told that I was dealing with high cholesterol at the time. So I was like, okay, I need to compete. I need to do bodybuilding. So I competed in bodybuilding. I measured every gram of food. I mean, on the outside, I was extremely disciplined. I was winning, fit, abs, snatched waistline, Angela Bassett arms. On the inside, though, I was bloated, exhausted, anxious, and my periods were just getting worse. I'll never forget sitting in that doctor's office. He looked at me and said, "You have 4 fibroids. The largest one is the size of a grapefruit. We need to do surgery." And everything went quiet because 8 years before that, I was told to watch and wait, and I did. For years, I was told it's normal. Periods are just painful. This is part of being a woman. But something inside me kept whispering, this isn't normal. And what hurt the most wasn't just the diagnosis. It was feeling dismissed, feeling like my symptoms were small, feeling like my body didn't belong to me anymore. I literally spiraled, not because I was weak, but because I realized I had trusted everyone else's voice over my own. And I had a choice. So I asked the doctor, like, why is this happening? How did I end up with fibroids? And he goes, oh, it's just part of being a Black woman. That answer changed my whole life. Because I'm a Black woman is how I ended up with fibroids? That didn't even make any sense. That was a true wake-up call. So I really started to look into other things within my lifestyle. I started to look at my stress, my nervous system, how I was training, how I was eating, how I was living in survival mode. What I didn't realize at the time was that I wasn't just healing. I was building a blueprint for women who are tired of being told to just deal with it. I developed what's now called the Unique Holistic Formula. It combines cellular nutrition, womb wellness workouts, emotional regrounding, functional lab testing. So over time, fibroids shrank and eliminated naturally. My cycles improved. I went from using super absorbent overnight pads to now a panty liner, 3-day periods, happy, light, Most of the time, I don't even know when I'm on my period because it's just that much at ease for what I was experiencing before. My energy has changed dramatically. I feel more connected with my body. I went from feeling like a soldier in a battle to feeling like a queen, in command of my body and my life. Here's what I want you to remember, sis. Fibroids are not random. They're messages from your body. Your symptoms are valid. Dismissal is not the answer. Healing requires looking at your system as a whole. Physical, emotionally, spiritually, environmentally, at the cellular level. And let me tell you something, you are not broken. You may simply be disconnected. If my story resonates with you, hit subscribe and turn on your notifications so you won't miss next week's video where we'll cover the 5 most common fibroid symptoms women often ignore. Start paying attention to your body today. Notice your cycles, your energy, and your symptoms. Awareness is the first step toward taking back control and reconnecting with your body.